Who pulled up for a catch-up? It's really here from 947 Afternoons. And if you're here, it means you've got taste. Go ahead, enjoy the moment you missed. But don't ghost me. Weekdays, 12 to 3 p.m. on 947. I'm loud and way more fun in real time. And yeah, there's more audio magic waiting for you right here on Prime Media Plus.
You're listening to
Mo Flava on 947.
Okay, we're going to be hanging out with Sam today because Sam has what he feels is a very tricky life situation that he wanted to share with you and I, and he's hoping that we can give him some perspective. Like, in other words, what would you do if you were in a similar situation? So Sam says, I've been married for 9 years and I've always been the provider. When my father-in-law was ill, I paid for his medical aid. When he passed away, I paid for the entire burial. I even pay for my mother-in-law's medical aid, and I support her brother, as in the wife's brother. I did it because we are in community of property. We are a team. But now everything has changed. My wife just received a massive inheritance payout from her late father's estate. And suddenly, she wants to change our marriage contract to out of community of property. She says it's to protect the kids' future. But it just feels like she's protecting the money from me. And here's the kicker. Her father and I were incredibly close. He didn't exclude me because he wanted me to share in what he had built. Legally, 50% of that payout is already mine. So she's asking me to sign a document that basically says I'm giving up the gift her own father intended for us. And here's the thing, Mo. If she wants to separate our finances now and do it because all of a sudden she's got all these riches, then I want to separate my responsibilities. If I sign those papers, I'm stopping the payments for her mother's medical aid and her brother's lifestyle that very same day. I'll only pay for my kids and our household. Now, what Sam is asking is, am I being petty or is she just being ungrateful? That is Sam's tricky life situation. Oh my goodness. This is why generally wills are so important. Like, it needs to be written somewhere how the estate is divided and how things will go as per the wishes of the person that is no more. So when you say legally you're getting 50% of the payout and it's already yours, I'm not quite sure if you're suggesting that it's written somewhere as much as you're saying you're close. But okay, there's the legal aspect and the marriage contracts and whatever. But as a matter of principle, as a couple, how should we be working these things out? If I inherit, something from a late parent, should I even be debating whether my wife should be in on it as well? And what are the other reasons why you wouldn't want them to get a share of that? Is it to protect them for whatever the reason, or is it other sentimental reasons? So, does your partner get their hands on the inheritance as well? And anybody got experience in terms of this actually having happened this way? Because I think it would be quite useful for Sam. And is Sam rational in saying, okay, if you're going to cut me out of your dad's inheritance, I'm going to stop looking after your mother, screw your brother as well, and I'll just look after our kids? Which I think is a bit extreme because you did it out of the goodness of your heart. So why would you want to change your tune, Sam? Unless you're even questioning why you're married to this person for 9 years. Woo!
947.
The fun stuff is when we're planning the wedding and talking about, all the holidays that we're going to go on, etc. And then the not so fun stuff is, discussing marriage contracts. Because they do have an impact in terms of how assets and issues around debts are managed and many other stuff. And I'm saying this because Sam, who sent us a message on the dilemma, is saying, listen, I have a fix here. My father-in-law is late and he left quite a nice, bit. The wife, Sam's wife, has inherited this nice bit that daddy left. But Sam is saying, no, but hang on, her dad loved me so, and he said that he wants me to be included on the inheritance. Now, I'm not sure if it's written somewhere, but this is what he's saying. He's also saying that he's been the sole provider looking after his wife's mother and his brother-in-law as well. paying medical aids and all types of stuff. But since this inheritance, the wife is like, no, I'm taking everything. I'm taking this massive payout. It's under my control. It's my dad, not yours. And now Sam is saying, no, hang on. Then if that's the case, then I'm going to stop looking after your mom. I'm going to stop looking after your brother. Hell, I'm the one that looked after your dad in his medical aids. I even funded his funeral. So why are you cutting me out to the inheritance? So we can talk about, marriage contracts and all types of other things, and, whether we should be exposing our partners to certain inheritance that might actually be quite dangerous for them. Maybe get them wrapped up in stuff, debt, all types of things. But as a matter of principle, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we navigate this stuff? All right, let me start here. In fact, a couple of my colleagues really felt keen to jump on this. Here's one of them, Kupedi, on his thoughts.
Morning, Mo. Kupedi from Prime Media. Oh, my word. So I feel two ways about it. Both parties are to blame. In a sense, he's being petty, definitely, in what he wants to do. Yet, she is ungrateful for all he has done. How do you want to all of a sudden protect the kids? It's giving, I wasn't responsible when I was taking care of your family. Personally, I don't think he should sign those papers. He shouldn't sign those papers. If baby girl wants to protect the kids, she can create a trust, and that trust can be for the kids. If not, hey man, brother, get what's yours.
Yo, get what's yours. Your wife's dad's stuff. Okay. I wonder. All right, we've got a couple of other voice notes coming in on our WhatsApp line. Let me start here.
Good morning, Mo Flava, Madam Cash here. It's a beautiful thing that Sam's father-in-law loved him that much. But I feel like he should have made it more specific so that Sam could get what belongs to him, what he feels he deserves, without having the wife have to share with him. Now, she wants to have prenup to keep that. That is selfish. Give to Sam what belongs to him. Your father feels that he deserves it. Even if Sam would want to walk away with the inheritance to go and eat with somebody else, it's not your decision to make at the end of the day, because your father feels he deserves it. And I don't think Sam is that kind of a person anyway, because your father wouldn't have felt that way about him. Why are you being selfish, my sister? If the table were 10, you were the one to receive from a Sam father, you would want to have it all. And right now you will be telling the whole community that Sam is very selfish, he's wicked, he's that, because Sam is a man. No, my sister, your father felt he deserved it. Give it. It's his right. Or you don't love Sam enough that you feel you need to share with him your wealth.
Yo, that last line is scaring me. But is it also fair to throw love into this? Because there's other considerations. It gets quite messy. But the ultimate thing is, let's write stuff down, eh? Let's get our wills in order. Seriously, folks. I mean, because if it's in black and white, then there's very little room for disputes. Although there are things that are always going to be disputed, but at least there's something in writing. So maybe Sam's wife's dad or his father-in-law should have done a better job at it. I'm not sure if that's the issue here, that he didn't clarify what's what and what goes to Sam, etc., etc. All right, more voice notes coming in, and a few thoughts from a few of my other colleagues as well, who are like, hold my coffee, I want to make a comment on this.
947.
I'm just curious about the scenario because Sam has got quite a story. Having looked after his wife's dad, who then passed away, he feels that, his father, yes, did love him, and he's not surprised why he wanted him to have a piece of the inheritance. So upon the dad passing on, the daughter, being Sam's wife, inherited everything, and the dad wanted Sam to get something. Right? Sam knows this. They've spoken about it. But the wife is like, no, hang on. Please sign this document that says that you're giving up everything that your dad intended for you, and instead it's all coming to me. In fact, I even want to change our marriage contract to out of community of property in the name of protecting the kids. Hey, guningi, man. There's just a lot. So what's your thoughts on this? Okay, now here's one of my colleagues, Zweli, who thought, no, hang on, man. Let me also just dip in on this.
What's happening, Mo Flava? It is really over here. I think the very first thing is shout out to the single people. All my single people, where you at? Hands up in the air. Thank you. We don't have to deal with these things. Second thing, it's so unfortunate when these sorts of things happen because inevitably kids are going to get involved and then kids are almost being used as some sort of pawn and I'll do this for the kids if you don't. And it's like, they should not be used like that. They aren't toys that we play a game with when things aren't going our way. I just want to say, first of all, I've always said it from when I was a kid. I've always been team prenup, sign a prenup. I've got a friend getting married, sign a prenup. Take yours, I'll take mine, as Matthew Moore said. Not take yours and you'll take mine as well. I do think that the wife is being selfish. If we had an agreement at the beginning that this is what we're going to do, then you can't want to sign later and change the agreement to out of community of property. Unless there's something bad that's gone down and I don't know, someone's gone and they've gambled their life away and now you're stuck in a situation where it's got to go one way or the other, but in this case I really do think that she's being selfish. He's not being petty whatsoever. Kids, stay single.
At the point at which she's quoting Matthew Mole, then Zweli is heavily invested in this conversation. Catch him between 12 and 3 making you forget about life's problems. He's coming up in just a moment. All right, some more voice notes coming in.
I think he should just do what he says, take them off, don't support the brother, because she's unfair with him. Now she's got money, now she wants to cut him out.
Hi, Mo Flava. Today's dilemma is so sad because you can imagine the guy did all this because he was trying to be a good son-in-law. And obviously, knowing that the father-in-law was going to look out for him, he went all out, doing everything for the family. But for the wife to come back and do this is so unfair. I actually feel sorry for him. This could just be divorce. She's not doing it to secure the future of the kids or whatever her reasons are. I don't think so. She just doesn't want to share the money with him, and it's not fair after all that he's done for this family, guys.
Yeah, I hear that. And this is why we need to manage our marriages better. But we also need to manage our decisions better in terms of who we decide to spend the rest of our lives with. Sam, so much perspective you can play around with. Good luck.
947